In the small town of Eldridge, nestled between rolling hills and whispering woods, stood a house with a history that echoed through its creaking corridors. The story began with a family tragedy, as most eerie tales often do. Decades ago, the Harris family lived in that house. One gloomy night, tragedy struck when their daughter, Emily, succumbed to a sudden and merciless aneurysm. The town mourned as the Harrises grappled with grief, and an unsettling aura settled over their once happy home. Years later, a young couple, Tom and Diane, moved into Eldridge. Drawn by the allure of a quieter life, they decided to settle in the very house that held the lingering echoes of the Harris family's sorrow. Unbeknownst to them, the spectral remnants of the past would soon intertwine with their present. One evening, Tom received a call from his friend Mark Harris, who had moved away but still owned the old family house. Mark needed someone to check on the place while he and his wife sought solace away from the painful memories. Tom agreed, bringing along his wife, Diane, and Diane's brother, Alex, for the task. As they approached the house, a palpable tension hung in the air, shrouding the once charming residents in an unsettling stillness. The front door groaned as they entered, and memories of laughter and tears seemed to permeate the walls. Mark had left a list of chores, mostly involving the care of their pets and the assurance that everything remained in order, while Tom and Alex descended into the dimly lit basement to check on the animals. Diane couldn't resist the allure of the grand piano that graced the living room. The polished ivory keys called to her as she sat down to play a melancholic melody. The haunting notes filled the silent house, resonating with the grief buried within its walls. As Diane lost herself in the music, the room seemed to pulse with a spectral energy. Tom and Alex encountered an unsettling discovery in the basement. As they attended to the pets, they stumbled upon a worn photograph of the Harris family, frozen in a moment of joy that sharply contrasted with the somber air now enveloping the house. Suddenly, a cold draft swept through the basement, extinguishing the dim light. Tom felt a chill crawl up his spine, and he couldn't shake the feeling that they were not alone. A distant sound echoed through the darkness, a soft whisper that seemed to beckon them back upstairs. Back in the living room, Diane's fingers danced on the keys, and the music resonated through the house. Yet, as the final notes hung in the air, a peculiar sensation overcame her. Something brushed against her ankles, a gentle caress that sent shivers down her spine. Assuming it was one of the pets, Diane continued to play. But the sensation persisted, now accompanied by the unmistakable feeling of small hands clasping her legs. A sense of unease crept over her, and she peered beneath the piano, expecting to find a curious cat or mischievous rodent. To her bewilderment, there was nothing there. No furry creature, no mischievous pest, only the shadows playing tricks on her senses. Determined to shake off the eerie feeling, Diane resumed playing the music, a desperate attempt to drown out the unsettling presence. Yet, the phantom hands returned, their grip more insistent this time. Panic set in as Diane, overcome with a sense of dread, bolted for the basement door. She called out for Tom and Alex, her voice trembling with a mixture of fear and confusion. Tom and Alex emerged from the basement, their faces pale. Sensing something amiss, Diane relayed the strange encounter with the invisible hands. Alex's eyes widened in recognition, and he hesitantly revealed a chilling piece of the Harris family history. The daughter, Emily, had a peculiar game she played with her father. Whenever he sat down to play the piano, she would crawl underneath, her small hands reaching out to grasp his ankles. In a playful dance, she would push his feet up and down on the pedals, a secret shared between father and daughter. As the weight of this revelation settled over them, the trio exchanged uneasy glances. The ghostly reenactment of Emily's playful ritual left them grappling with the inexplicable forces that lingered within the house. The once innocent melody now bore the haunting echoes of a long-lost connection between the living and the departed. With a shared understanding, Tom, Diane, and Alex decided to complete their task swiftly and leave the haunted house behind. As they locked the front door, the echoes of the piano's haunting melody lingered in the air, a melancholic farewell to the little hands that reached out from the shadows of the past.